Ukrainian culture, how is it different? What adjustments do I need to make? How do they think? These are all great questions. We're going to talk about cultural differences between yours and theirs right now. One of the most beautiful, profound, fundamental differences in Ukrainian culture and the Western culture is the obvious shift of priorities. In the West, there's no question. The biggest pursuit, ambition, strategy, priority is for career and material possessions. Everybody's got to have the nicest, coolest stuff, go to the nicest, coolest places. Women are focused on careers. That's the way they're trained. And in fact, a lot of them are trained to even compete with men and make sure they have their empowerment in place and they're respected as equals, which isn't as much of a question in terms of a spiritual sense and a soul sense, but the roles get mixed up into that. And so what is the difference in Ukrainian culture? And I'm going to share one of them with you right now that is the most profound. And it is in the Ukrainian culture, an aspect of them being family oriented with traditional values. It means they put family first. But it's broader than that. I want to explain to you this piece of it. Part of them putting family first means they're also a very socially focused culture. And what do I mean by that? Their circle of friends is everything to them. It's their identity. Same thing when we were in Thailand. Their identity is who their circle is, their network of friends. And they identify with them. I am part of this group. And they feel they represent that group. Okay, what does that mean? When they are out, they would, one of the worst things that happen to a woman, she's either dressed really sloppily or she was rude to someone, and a friend of her mother's saw it or found out about it, and she goes, oh, I saw your daughter out there and she looked like crap, or she was so rude, or you should have seen this or that. And it's a reflection of, they reflect on their family. So how they are, how they behave, how they look is also a reflection on their family and will eventually be a reflection on you. Now, let me dive into this because there's some really cool parts to this cultural difference. One, it always means that they want to look good for you. They want you to be proud of them. They know that where they're out, they're always your woman. It's your wife. And they want, anytime somebody sees them, that you would hear kind remarks say, wow, your wife looked beautiful. She was so kind and sweet. She did these extra nice things for me. That is life to them. And I hope you'll learn to adopt that and be the same for her. So she'll always be proud of you. She'll always think that this is my man. And so if anybody sees you and gets back to her, they'd say, your husband is really a nice guy. It's a class act. He's a real gentleman. That's a real man there. And the benefit of this is how it relates to the relationship. You guys, the two shall become one, as the Bible said. And I teach this in my relationship teaching. It's the difference between trying to find a life partner and their idea here of finding their half. Why? Because they would never want to hurt their half. They want to represent their half. They want to take care of their half. If you are sad or hurting, they're sad or hurting. They can't take it. It bothers the heck out of them. If you're ever sad or depressed or what's going on, they want it fixed because they feel it. They feel it truly. And I hope we as men can develop that for our women too. Honey, what's wrong? You tell me, what can I do? I don't want you sad. I want you just my happy wife. What can we do? And all of that becomes amazing, amazing reflection. You wonder what are the reasons why, out of over 400 plus marriages, we've had less than 5% divorced. And this has got to be one of the biggest pieces. It's totally different outlook on how they view life, how they view the world, how they view their marriage, how they view you. Now, the way to strategize this as well, when you're here, you met your lady, if you ever have a chance to meet one of her friends, the child, the parents, understand that they are the focus. If you go to meet them, it's almost like you and your woman strategize on how to best make a good impression, and she'll help you. She'll tell you exactly how to make a good impression on those people. And go there just to be warm. Be all about that person. Be friendly. Be attentive. Be interested in them. And show your kindness to your lady, how you will be taking care of her. Because when she senses that her friends really liked you, her mother really liked you, wow, through the moon. It's unbelievable what that does for her. Now, on the rare occasion where if it doesn't happen that way, we've had some where maybe a parent was an alcoholic or something like that, and there's just no making them happy. Very rarely, honestly, because they really support their kids here and they want their kids to be happy. It's part of their culture too. But don't worry about it. Your woman also understands that and she knows that. In fact, In my case, when I met Anna, she didn't want me to meet her family at first because at that time her mom was an alcoholic. She's been dry now for probably 8 years. Her mother has. But she didn't want that impression on me that that was going to be her. So understand all of those things mean a lot to them. So pay attention to making a good impression on them. Another reason you dress well, and we talked about that in another talk, is when you're seen on the street with her, her friends are going to see her. It's a small community. One of her friends sees her walking down the street with a guy. They want to say, wow, that was a good looking guy. He was handsome. He was well dressed. Tell me who he was. I could see there was some interest there. And it reflects well on you and her. It reflects well on her. It's not a bad thing. This is a good thing. It's a great thing. So embrace it. Learn to love the fact that they're a family-based culture. They're very socially aware, and being in the family means more than you could possibly imagine. And when you're in the family, you're in the family. And you're going to get a lot of love from a broad circle. I think you'll come back seeing maybe they've got something on us. Maybe they've got a way of seeing the world that we could learn from. It's really grounded, and I think you're going to appreciate it a lot. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on it. If you guys dated some ladies, if you've seen what I'm talking about, I want to hear your stories. Put them in the comments, and we'll chat about it, and I'll answer you all right there. Talk soon.